Imagine waking up one morning only to find out that you must leave everything you've ever known, your home, your business, your comfort, because of your faith. That's exactly what happened to Priscilla and Aquila. They were forced to leave Rome because the emperor had commanded that all Jews should leave the city. No warning, no time to prepare, just go. And so, with only their faith, each other, and the skills of their hands, they set out to a new land, uncertain but not broken. They arrived in the city of Corinth, a busy town, full of strangers and noise. They were tired, but hopeful. Priscilla looked at Aquila and whispered, "God will make a way for us." They were tent makers by trade, skilled with fabric and strong hands. In this new land, they didn't wait for pity. They found a small space, set up shop, and started working. And one day, a man walked in. His name was Paul. Yes, Paul, the same man who once persecuted believers, but had now become one of Jesus' strongest messengers. He too was a tent maker, and like them, he had no riches, no comfort, only faith. There, in that small workshop, a friendship was born. Paul moved in with Priscilla and Aquila. They worked during the day, and at night, they shared stories, prayed, studied the word, and encouraged one another. Their home became more than a house. It became a place of ministry, a safe haven, a space where God's presence was felt. When Paul was ready to continue his missionary journey, Priscilla and Aquila didn't say goodbye with tears. They packed their bags and followed him to Ephesus. They weren't just tent makers anymore. They were missionaries, servants of God. In Ephesus, something incredible happened. They met a man named Apollos. He was bold, well-spoken, and passionate about God. He spoke with fire in the synagogue, telling people about God with confidence. But there was something missing. Apollos knew about John the Baptist, but he didn't know the full truth about Jesus, his death, resurrection, and the power of the Holy Spirit. Priscilla and Aquila didn't shame him. They didn't embarrass him. Instead, they invited him into their home, just like they did for Paul. In that humble style home, over a pot of hot yam and stew, they spoke gently, kindly. They shared the full story of Jesus with Apollos, and something changed in him. The fire in his heart now had direction. He understood the full message, and he was ready to take it to the world. Apollos became one of the boldest preachers in the early church. He carried the gospel far and wide, touching hearts and leading souls to Jesus. But behind his bold voice were the quiet, steady hands of Priscilla and Aquila, two people who never preached on stages, but discipled with love. They were never famous. They didn't wear crowns or sit on thrones. But they had something more powerful: faith, love, and a heart for people. They used what they had: skills, time, and a humble home to make room for God to move and for God to use them. This story reminds us that you don't have to be perfect to make a difference. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to be known to be useful. You don't even need much, just a willing heart and a positive mindset. When life changes suddenly, like it did for Priscilla and Aquila, don't let fear stop you. God still has a plan. Even in a strange land, even in hard times, even when you don't have much, you can still shine. Be like Priscilla and Aquila. Open your heart. Teach others with love. Be generous. Stay faithful. Because your small act of kindness today may lead to someone else's transformation tomorrow. And just like them, your story, your quiet story, can echo through generations. God bless you.